Okay, let's see here. Okay, check, 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 check. Yeah, this is just a test stream for, yeah, just a test stream for tomorrow's coin poker game. Um, Thought it would be nice to just try and see what's going on. I've never streamed before, so just testing the setup, and there's going to be a lot of clunkiness. I'm also a little sick, so that's why I haven't really been posting this last week. Kind of taking it easy. So mostly just checking the sound settings and stuff. Hmm. I guess I should just like try to do some music. Yeah, that's probably good. How the fuck do I add music to OBS? How to add music to OBS stream. Ah, gotcha. Okay, so it's a media source. I see. Ground. Okay. Yeah, I'm mostly just fiddling with my stream settings while I'm playing some 510 and 1020. Um, would be nice if some of you tuned in. However, the focus of today is to just make sure my settings are good for tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is once this goes live, I'm gonna go like view it on my phone and kind of see what's going on and how it looks. Just make sure it's an acceptable quality. Hmm. Okay, so we're on a 7 minute delay. I have no idea what's like a regular delay. 7 minutes seems like roughly appropriate. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's too long. How long, like how much time does a normal hand last? Fuck man, fuck if I know. Okay, I guess we are live officially. 7 minutes behind. Okay, let's go on my phone and see what this looks like. Um, okay, this is mostly a check without. Okay. Yeah, so for any okay, look guys, I have no idea how streaming works. I've never streamed before. I'm literally playing with my setup as we speak. But this is just a test stream for tomorrow's Coin Poker VIP game. I see William and Tonality in the chat. I don't know how this works in the sense where like I see you guys the moment you message, but it's like delayed for you. Like I don't really know how it works. Like the stream's 7 minutes delayed. So do I see your message the instant you send it? Okay, I don't know. I just reply in the chat if you could hear this, and I'll figure it out from from the delay between me saying this and when I see that reply. But to answer your question, William, I will be streaming the game here on YouTube. I do not have a Twitch account. I do not have a Twitch account, so yeah. Maybe this is like the age where I like finally make an OnlyFans and I stream on the OnlyFans. I don't know. Been seems like OnlyFans creators make way more money than me anyways, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, what's the culture to like streaming? Like, like, do I reply to people just like by talking, or am I supposed to reply to people like in the chat via text? I don't know. I don't know. Um, Also let me know if the music is too loud, please. Yeah. Okay, so it seems like for now we have most of the setup working, so I'm just going to play some cards, I suppose. Uh, this is just mostly an airball, right? Like 5, 6, yeah, it's just a nothing hand. So mixing between bet and check. Checking back this time. Once again, betting sometimes, checking back this time. Oh, I guess I should make an Instagram post about this. Ugh. Okay, here with the 8 high, I just have to bet it once it checks down. I'm gonna go for a large size this time and just rep a jack. Any jack is strong enough to do this with. Uh, fuck, okay. Just give me a second, I gotta put out a social media post. Where do I get the link for my YouTube stream? Oh my god, dude, fucking social media is so hard. Yeah, like in case you guys can tell, like I'm just a huge boomer, and and I'm just a huge boomer, and um all the social media stuff is very unintuitive to me. Okay, gotta put a link into this post now. How do I, fuck, do I do that? I'm such a fucking boomer. Fuck, how does this work? Link. Do you ever have it show in BB? Yeah, like I generally play in BB, William. Um, I generally play in BB. I don't know what people prefer. Like I feel like playing in BB is just like more serious and it's better. But like I feel like it's better for the social media if I play in dollars because people like seeing big numbers fly around. So that like the part of me that's just like trying to grind is just like BB, but the part of me that just wants social media attention is just like okay, like put it in dollars. So I don't know. I don't know. Okay, here versus the overbet. I think look, I'm not a heads up specialist. Um but I think I'm just gonna fold this one. Like I don't yeah, like it's queen high, generally calling big bets out of position with queen high is not good. I could see us potentially having some calling with a spade, maybe, but probably not. Okay, how do I see how many people are viewing this? How does anything work? Yeah, bear with me, guys. Like this really is just meant to be a troubleshooting stream. Um, this really is just meant to be. I've never streamed before, and yeah, so uh, Fuck, I don't know what to do here. I'm just gonna fold. Fuck, I was just like looking at my settings. Pretty sure this 3-bets sometimes, but I'm not sure. Claudio says, I want your babies. It's pretty gay. That's pretty gay, Claudio. It's pretty fucking gay. Call me later. Okay, cool. Okay, thanks, William, for the delay. Okay, so it's basically like you. Um, here with the 7, mostly I'm just gonna bet a7, keep it simple, bet the straight. That being said, just because it's such a bad turn for our range, we probably should be checking back the straight sometimes. So I'm gonna be mostly betting it and just checking it back a little. Raise is interesting, but never folding. Once he goes raise and check, I'm actually just gonna go small. Uh, when he raises turn super polar, he's basically saying he either has a 7 or a bluff. Um, so it's just kind of unlikely he has a calling hand. And if we were bluffing, we'd bluff for that size too, just because you don't want to bluff into a polar range. Or like it just doesn't make sense to bluff into a polar range where he either has air or the nuts with a big size. Like a small size will do the same. If I'm a little quiet or if I'm a little like not as entertaining as I should be, it's probably because I'm just like trying to figure everything out here. So appreciate you guys bearing with me. Um, yeah, just like between the streaming software and Fuck, okay. This one just checking back because we there's three to like three makes a straight and we almost never have a straight. He's gonna have more straights, so it just makes sense for us to check back and play more defensively. Um, okay, Palav. Fuck, okay, I don't know how to like scroll up in the chat. I really wish. Is there a way to scroll up in the chat here? Um. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, got it. I'm so stupid. Yeah, not really on ignition anymore, just because like I really don't think there's just like that many recreationals there anymore. Like it's too many bots, not enough Rex. Uh, as far as how am I not sick of playing this game? I mean, that's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, like I'm not gonna pretend like I find it as exciting as I'm not gonna pretend like I find it as exciting as I did when I first started. Um, but I think at a certain point you just have to love it for improvement's sake. And that's kind of your only choice. Because I'm like, let's be real, like I'm pretty unemployable at this point. Like, uh, here I'm just gonna go for a block because we have really shitty blockers, and we have really shitty blockers, but we have 7 high, and like I just want him to fold like unpaired high card. Um, that's really the extent of my reasoning, right? And it's just like you can say that for any profession, right? Like, how is the doctor not sick of just like looking at people's buttholes all day every day? How is the lawyer not sick of doing paperwork every day? How is the, I don't know, like engineer not tired of just staring at code all day? Like the nature of getting good at anything means that you're just kind of not like excited by it anymore. Not as excited, rather. But that's fine. Like that's just life. I'm also kind of sick. I've been sick for most of this week, which is why I haven't really been posting. Um, Mostly better now, but you'll occasionally hear me kind of just cough. Kamala 2024. Well, I'm not American. I'm not American, so I don't like particularly follow it either way, but it seems to me like both candidates are quite awful. Both candidates are very far from ideal. Um, Yo, are you gay for real? No, I am not gay for real. I just like to fucking say gay shit. If I was trolling earlier, how earlier? Where I am not gay, but I do really enjoy trolling. I'm not really sure what you're referring to by earlier, Pavlov, but once it goes check 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 with 9 high, just going to go for the bet. We could be betting the size with any ace. Ace queen off, heads up will be a mix between 4-bet and call. Going to 4-bet this time. If we 4-bet, we do have to get it in. Heads up. So good luck us being prepared for that. Oh, that's nice. Nutted hand, nutted board. Starting off just really small on the ace high board, pretty much betting everything. It's Friday night, and I was out to grab a quick dinner earlier, and I guess as far for me, like Friday night isn't really different from any other night in the week, but it's just like it's just crazy to see so many people out, and like I'm just like getting food alone because like I'm just trying to like like gobble something up and head back, but check. Oh shit, I think I would. I think the mic dropped there. Here probably going to be checking this one back. I think. Yeah, seems reasonable. I think this one. Fuck, man, I don't know heads up ranges. I think this one's like probably a fold, but maybe with like the ante, it's a call. I don't know. Mr. Ghazi goes for the block bet. I just think it's hard for him to have a bluff here, so I'm just gonna fold. Um, Riff, Riff X. If you need any help, let me know. Oh, like as far as streaming goes? Yes, I mean if you're talking about as far as streaming goes, just let me know if like anything looks off. I've got some background music on. If it's too loud, let me know. Coinpoker sent over this overlay, and I just slapped it in there. It's gonna be a cold day in hell before I have to do any Photoshop work myself. Oops, I closed the fuck, I closed the chat by accident. How the fuck do I get this back? Uh, fuck. Fuck. This is so lame. Okay. How to, oh, I have to Google this. How to open, how to open stream chat on OBS. Settings, stream tab. Okay, I don't fucking know what's going on. King 10 off, I think, is going to be between 4 bet and call. I'm gonna call this time. that's a good flop. Good flop. Very likely that we end up at all in at some point this hand, either in the form of bluffing or something or other. But definitely gonna start with a call. Fuck, I cannot for the life of me figure out how to open up the chat again. That is so annoying. That is so annoying. Okay. So here, let me think. What's the bottom of our range look like? I think we have many worse hands here to bluff, so this one I think could be a check back. The issue with this is just if we bet and get jammed on, it's very sad. So we want to, like, we'd rather bluff something like ace-9 here, where if we bet and get jammed on, it's not as sad. Yeah, so just gonna let this one go. Fuck. Okay, how the fuck do I open my YouTube chat again? Do I have to like pull up a YouTube separately? Okay, I don't really know. Okay, I've given up on like trying to like do the chat in the OBS. I just open up my own YouTube in a window here. Palav, to answer your question, no, Claudio is my roommate, and he's just fucking trolling me. I know him in real life. I know him in real life, and he's my roommate. I think I'm just gonna let this one go here, blocking a lot of bluffs. How do I tell how many people are watching? I can't tell if I'm just stupid. I can't tell if I'm just like retarded or if all the software related to streaming is just so unintuitive. We have 10 high and a heart blocker, so bluffing can't be bad. Oh, 27 watching now. Interesting. Okay, top kicker here. Uh, C-banding the flop, going to overbet the turn. Top pair top kicker is basically just like the super turbo nuts heads up. So we'll continue to barrel. Okay, thank you, Refax. Okay, good. I'm just glad everything seems fine. Ah, fuck, running out of time here. Uh, King 10, I think, in these positions is more of a 4-bet than it is a call. Like, you don't really want to be calling these hands under the gun. So more just go into the 4-bet range. Folding is also acceptable. Yeah. Generally speaking, I really, really prefer to just record my hands and kind of edit later because that just lets me chill between hands and, like kind of like browse memes or some shit. Um, it's also nice because I don't always have to wear pants. A lot of times, when I record video, I'm not wearing pants. You just edit out your ass in post. Fuck. Um. Okay. Oh shit. Running out of time. Yeah. But yeah, poker is a grind. You play it, you live your life. Let me see if there's other games running. Doing a lot of c betting here, just on single Broadway disconnected. And mostly checking this one back. But the thing is here, like, if you're only barreling draws, like if you're only barreling flush draws, like you're just not gonna have enough barrels. So mostly checking back, but I'm gonna bet it this time. It's important to have some of these garbagey hands. Heads up, everything is just so wide and weak. And I'm not a heads up specialist, but that is the case. And I think on this river specifically with a club, which is bad, and no 5 or 3, I'm just going to give up. If I had some sort of interaction with a 5 or 3, I would consider barreling through. But I just don't think that's the combo to do it with. You should include the title in the window so we know what you're playing. Um, oh, that's good. That's good feedback, actually. guess I can like size this down. Um, yeah, it's a table of 510 on the left, and the heads up is 1020. Yeah, yeah. If I'm being honest, like most of what stopped me from streaming till now is just the fact that I'm a fucking boomer and I don't like learning new software. But I've had a lot of interest, so I figured here when he goes for the 2x pot overbet, only calling with the king, racing would be a big overplay. When he goes this polar, he's basically repping a bow or nothing. Versus a smaller bet, I think raising would be potentially fine. But versus a 2x pot overbet, you're yeah, man, like dude, I don't know what it is about fucking technological things. It just makes my brain hurt. Like it just makes my brain hurt and I have no patience for it. And it's really weird because as a kid, I used to be really into this stuff. But then you have like other shit you need to be doing. You're just like, fuck, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Honestly, that's honestly the best way I can put it. Thanks, Gil. Thanks, Gil. Just trying to get everything sorted. Gayest hand in poker is two aces straight into the ass. That is the gayest hand in poker. I don't know why, but like for the longest time, my like default method of trolling is just say gay shit. And like it's like all my friends like know by now. All my friends know by now. Um and like I tone it down around like strangers. So they don't think I'm weird. But it's fine. I'm okay with all you fine folk thinking I'm weird. That's okay. Fuck 5-9. I have no fucking clue what to do with this holding, man. There's an ante. It can't be that bad. Best way to improve at post flop poker by yourself. Um, if you are insistent on not hiring help, which I think would help you tremendously. If you are insistent on doing it by yourself, just buy a solver and like a nice PC that can run solves, and then just spend a lot of time like playing with it and taking notes. But when I say a lot of time, I mean a lot of time. Like it's not gonna be like an easy, simple process. Like your best bet is by far to just like pay someone to teach you. I always, always, always say that because for what it would take you like 200 hours to figure out, you could work at McDonald's for like a week and then pay like a decent coach to show you in 2 or 3 hours. Fuck, I wonder if this is a value bet. I don't think so. Ace 9 here. I have a heads up like everything's pretty light. I don't know. I'm gonna pussy out and check it back, but this could very well be a value bet heads up. If it were like a little bit less connected, I would. Um, yes. Ah, okay. Anything higher running? Uh, Not a coin at least. Once it goes check, 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 a 9 is a very clear value bet. Um, would be the case in 6 max, so it's definitely the case in heads up. Yeah. Yeah, Jackson, like what but it just like really depends on on the level you're at and also the level you're trying to go, right? Like if you're playing for fun and you just want to lose like less or like win a little bit, um your your goals are going to like the process you should take is very different from someone who wants to play for a living. That really is it. I'm glad to see I'm glad to see there's 29 of you hanging out on a Friday night. It's nice. It's nice, nice. Have you ever considered moving to Thailand or some other Southeast Asian country? I have not. I have not. I like. Here I'm just gonna overbet with the king. I have not considered it. I just don't like change, and honestly, like I grew up where I grew up, and like all my friends and family are here. Like I don't think. Like I'm in the firm believer of you should just try to make more money, not save money. Um, yeah, like work harder, do more. I really don't agree with the people who just like try to move to Thailand to like save 50K a year or whatever. Like just like work harder, do more, make more money. You're like yeah, like you're gonna be fine. Like is it really worth just like going to a place where you have nothing and no one to just like what like bang hookers all the time and like save a couple bucks? I suppose if like you don't have any sort of connection to where you are, that becomes a lot more attractive. Gonna mix this one between raise and call. Calling this time. Much better board. Okay, so if this were like 6 max, it would be a much better board for us. But heads up, I think it's only like probably slightly better for us, given that he's gonna have all the straights, and all the offsuit two pairs. It becomes a lot more neutral. Gonna continue with the call facing the larger bet. Dang. Okay, I'm gonna check this, but I have. Okay, it just checks through and win. Lynchy, 8888. Do you sell for the bigger games? No, I do not. I have 100% of myself. I would not do degen shit with other people's money. I that is very uncomfortable to me. Patrick, to you, I miss the days we didn't have to tone it down. I'll be honest, Patrick, like, yeah, like I'm honestly just like considering just like fucking saying whatever the fuck I want, and like if I get canceled, so be it. Like it's like what? Because like worst case if I just like say something retarded and like worst case if I just say something stupid and like I get canceled, I guess like what happens? Like it just goes back to like me before social media. But no, I think as long as you're not like saying anything like horrible, it's probably okay. Okay, 9-5 to fold. Okay, that's good to know. Seems like pair is a hard fold here, but I just don't know. But yeah, like a lot of people you see playing higher games, a lot of people you see playing higher games are staked. Are staked. I have no clue where people go about finding these stakers. I could not. I'm just gonna fold this one with no heart, I think. The issue. Okay, so for him to have enough bluffs here, he would have to bluff like non-heart combos on the turn with the intention of following through on the river. Hmm. I think that's tough. Okay, I guess 9-5 off is a call. Cool. And the ante also does make a slight difference. Not that it's like a particularly huge ante, but it does make a slight difference. Suited kings definitely call in position to 3-bet. Um, yeah, probably gonna just like stream for like another hour or so. Make sure everything's running fine. Generally, Friday nights aren't that really that good for online poker. Um, Checking this one back. Generally, Friday nights aren't really that good for online poker. Like, usually a lot of the action players are just out, like, living life. Facing two checks. Okay, I guess I can start bluffing this against two checks. Just trying to get him to fold like a random ace high holding. We could start value betting like this with any queen. After he checks back, any queen should be strong enough to bet turn shove river. Hmm. You know what? I might do more of this. I might do more of this, just like... Oh shit, it's Saturday night? Fuck, man, I don't even know what fucking day of the week it is. Oh. Ah, fuck, what is life? What is life? Does our baby flush good enough for Valley Bet after it goes check, 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 check? Um, Probably not, but it's definitely good enough for a check call, so we'll take that. Yeah, just betting this. Liking the fact that we have the jack of clubs. Can continue barrel on club runouts. Stuff where like a jack makes any sort of draw. Yeah, just calling this middle pair. Good kicker is like pretty much the nuts. Hello, Maxi. 35 watching. Once it goes check check, I think this hand is strong enough to go for a block bet. Just trying to get value out of ace high, pairs between the 7 and the 2, and also weaker 7x. We can look to check call with combos like 5, 6s. This is a pretty bad combo to bluff catch just because we don't have the diamond. I would probably look to bluff catch with a diamond here and then just let this one go. Are you playing raked heads up? Yeah, I believe, like, yes. The answer is yes. I don't do this like too often. Just like I'm mostly just trying to like have two tables to something to talk about. And just test the stream out. Occasionally, when I'm kind of bored, I'll go like fuck around heads up for a little bit. I really like the format of heads up. I just don't think there's a lot of money in getting good at it, unfortunately. Cause yeah, like if you're good at it, like people just aren't gonna play you. Pablos, thank you for your great content. You're welcome. You are very welcome. I'm just glad you enjoy. And yeah, the content's definitely gonna go up in the future. Early half of this year, first half of this year was more just like a trial run to see if there's any interest. Um, I'm in the process of looking for an editor or hiring an editor to, yeah, just to like pump out some real content instead of just me just, like recording stuff. For betting this with the intention of getting it in. I think this one is like close. I'm probably just gonna fold it. King 10 would be a continue though. Do you have any opinion on the bots on Bodog? High amount of bots. Yeah, I wouldn't play there anymore. I wouldn't and I don't. And to be honest, like a lot of the content that I originally put out on Bodog was just me. Um, yeah, it was just like me using the site for content. Like I stopped grinding it as my main grind site. Um, good while ago. This one's just a clear check back. Not needing any protection. The kings. Check this one back again. But probably will be looking to call the river here with kings, even with the heart coming in. Yeah, just very clear call here, I think. Yeah, I will say if you're looking for a decent site, um, I actually can wholeheartedly recommend coinpoker. Um, I generally don't recommend any site I don't play on myself, and yeah, I was already playing on Coin for a while before they got in touch with me. So, yeah. Action is a little bit thin right now at the higher stakes, but is pretty healthy for the lower stakes. When are we going to see some Stack Society games? That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know what Stack Society's policy is on just like like fuck, maybe I'll like reach out to someone like who's like in charge. I just don't look I'm just like not really sure about the structure of the group and I don't want to like overstep is what I'm trying to say. Like I don't want to just like start streaming without any sort of like talking to anyone. Yeah. TLDR, I don't want to overstep, and I'm kind of unsure as to like the structure of the group and who's in charge, like what's going on there. Let's go for the bet here on the ace high. Interesting sizing from him. We probably have to call out king high, maybe even queen high against this small size, but I think nine high is just a little too weak. Really important to be aware and not to overfold against that tiny raise. Like, I probably only start considering folding like jack high or below. Even jack high, I probably look to call there. It's just such a small raise. Um, Low number, so I'll check this one back. We'll probably start bluffing if we face another check, though. Yeah, I think here we can just start repping a king. Versus this big size from Charlie. I mean, we don't have anything, we just have ace high, so. And here, a king would overbet, so I'm going to overbet with this hand. Very credible that we check back a king on the flop. What about RTA heads up? Fuck, man, like. Yeah. Man, like everything's a fucking thing these days. I'm old. I'm like, I fucking feel old. Like, what the fuck? For what it's worth, I don't think this guy's RTAing. So, and I think with RTA, it's if you just people see people consistently tanking, that's probably a bad sign. Um, that's all I will say. If you see people consistently tanking, it's probably a bad sign. It's probably still on the hard side to just like input everything like super fast, real time. But yeah, that's gonna be more of a problem as time goes on. With a complete airball. With a complete airball, I'm just gonna check. No spade, no club, no gut shot, nothing. ML 1990. Where do you live? Play any live? I live in Canada. I'm Canadian. Um, yeah, poker is like not like live is not really that great. Um, in Canada, rake is very high. Games don't really run that regularly. So once it goes check check, I think with everything coming in here, I mean we have 7 high, so I'm not gonna check it, but I think I'm gonna bluff with this sizing. I'm just representing an ace, and of course mixing value into this size too. Mixing some flushes, mixing some straights, mixing some two pairs. uh, Lets us get off cheap for when he has something. Dickhead says, "Do you ever meme around in the tournament streets?" No, I hate tournaments. I don't enjoy them. Like I really dislike tournaments. Um, yeah, it's just like I don't like how like the whole thing about tournaments where where you can bink it and like win a bunch of money, like that doesn't really appeal to me that much. Like it would be nice, of course, but it's like not like a huge draw to me. And in my mind, it's just kind of this like super high variance thing where like you don't even know how long you're gonna be there. Am I am I clearing my day for the tournament to play an hour or 16 hours? Like don't know, and I hate that. Um, value betting this one, or sorry, bluffing this one. Get a really high number, so gonna go big. Could go big with basically any jack or better, but probably checking back all like ace high, king high. Pablos, what would you say are the best sites for playing nowadays? Once again, depends where in the world you are. Um, if you asked me like 2 months ago, I would have said WPT, but they've changed their rake and rakeback structure a lot this month, and I don't think it's as favorable anymore. Coin is pretty good. Coin is very good if you're playing like the lower stakes. It's very, very, very good if you're playing the lower stakes. But but yeah, like overall online you don't really have that many options, right? Like you're pretty much just choosing from what, like 5 options. Even less even less if you live in a more restricted part of the world. Nathan, what's Stack Society? It's this like group where it's this like Discord group where they run poker games. But I'm not like too familiar with what's going on there. Like somebody added me to the group very recently, so I'm not too familiar with what's going on, like who's running it. Um, so don't have many comments either way. But it's basically just like a Discord group where people organize poker games. William, what are the stakes? 5-10 on the left and 10-20 on the heads up table. But yeah, definitely tune in tomorrow. I'll be playing 2 tables of 25, 50, and we start at noon Eastern time. Noon Eastern time for all of you guys in North America. And I guess if you're in Europe or Asia, you'll have to do the conversion. I don't know. I believe this is a 3-bet sometimes heads up. Um, Queen high is probably like still too strong to bluff, right? Right? Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But when we like check it down, like, is there any merit? Okay, I guess I'd check it down. Sure. Yeah, I guess it's like too strong. Yeah, I'm not like super familiar with the heads up thresholds. I'm not a heads-up specialist, is something I must reiterate. Yeah, and I have no idea who this is, just like some random guy. Could be better than me, could be worse. Sammy El Hyadi, definitely mispronounced that. I caught someone using GTO Wizard on Iggy, reported to a moderator on their firm. He told me it wasn't sure against their TOS. Yeah, classic. Dude, that site's a shit show. Apparently, when when somebody called their support department and tried to explain the botting problem and how they could detect the bots, the guy on the other end didn't even know what VPIP was. Um, which basically tells you they just have like remote workers working for $4 an hour in the Philippines or something. Yeah, and yeah, it's just not gonna get better because they don't care. Because they just don't give a fuck. It's a shame. Bodog was really good for a long time. Was a shame. Pretty sure ace three of clubs here, if we face a 4-bet, we just jam. Pretty sure. Like 6 max is already. I think with no backdoors here, I think we just check fold this one. Uh, yeah, I think once again with no equity or no backdoors, we just keep checking to check fold. I think we just want some sort of equity to start blasting here. If we start just blasting everything unpaired, it just gets too much. He's gonna have more 9x in his range in the form of 8-9, Jack-9, 10-9, pocket nines. So definitely a board that favors him, and we just have to kind of be a little more passive. It's okay, maybe he'll check back King Queen and we win. Maybe. A man can dream. No way! We win? Oh my fuck. What the fuck did he have? Oh, I guess this site doesn't show you. How the fuck do we win there? That is insanity. Yeah, like unfortunately ignition is just it's just not it anymore. This one, King 10 just going to fold and Ace 4 off folding too. Or no, no. King 10 off folding, ace 4 off calling. I'm glad I did the right thing despite saying the wrong thing. Ace high definitely too strong to bluff. So yeah, just gonna keep checking. Hope to win in the check down line. Cool, I'll take a chop. Just curious, like what stakes is everyone playing? Um, so I'm just kind of curious about the average like stake of people who follow me. Like if I had to guess, I would say probably in like the 50 NL to 100 NL range would probably be the average. Here with top pair, definitely can't see bet all the time. Um, it's just like a bet sometimes, check sometimes, spot. It is really tricky balancing all of your garbage between bet and check. I think here if we had some sort of spade, I would continue in the right, but with no spade, I think it's just fold. After we bet, just doing a lot of checking on all the turns, making sure our checking range is defended. And yeah, on the 4 straight river, this just makes for a very clean check call. Not really looking to check fold. People will definitely find enough bluffs, just like random ace high stuff, random king high stuff. I'm happy to pay the 2 pair as well. Okay, I opened this last time, but I honestly, maybe this is just a fold. This is one of those hands, the 10-9 off, I really suspect we do have to float versus a small c-bet, just with the backdoor spade, backdoor straight, and some equity against middle pair. Um, yeah, y'all will be shocked at just like how light floating has to go. Like maybe I'm getting this wrong, but I think it's very likely this has to continue. Ooh, you know what? We get a high number, so I'm gonna go for the raise, actually. Well, turn equity. So I guess we just keep barreling. Looking to follow through on probably any spade river. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Good luck. I think this brick is good enough as well. Maybe this is not good though. Run into the nuts. That's okay. I'm I'm trying to think about like, of course, ideally we want some sort of 5 or 6 in our hand. Um, but I just like don't think we like check raise that many 5x or 6x holdings. Like what 5x holding do we raise on the flop? Yeah, I don't know. In 6 max world, that one's like gonna be fine. In heads up world, mm, nobody knows. Actually, well, no, people do know, just I don't know. Yeah, it's just hard for me to see like a holding with a 5 or a 6 that I raise the flop with is the issue. What holding would I raise the flop with that had a 5 or a 6? Maybe like queen 6 with the queen of spades, like maybe. The issue is that like the issue is that like any holding that would just be random and have a 5 or a 6 would also have like a high spade. Because you wouldn't just raise like queen 5 off no spade on that board. You'd want to raise queen 5 or queen 6 off with the queen of spades. And that potentially might make it worse. Fuck, I don't know. Look, I don't know. All I know is that he's gonna have to call down. He's definitely gonna have to call down there with a lot of one pair, and and yeah, he's what it is. Dexter FN, is this site US approved? It is allowed in the US. I wouldn't say it's like approved by the US government. Like I wouldn't say the US government has put a stamp on it, but like yes, it is available to US players. Like I can't speak to the regulatory stuff, but I can just say that it is available to US players. Cooks McGooks. What are some things you look for to know not to bluff? Um, Basically, looking not to bluff when your opponent shows strength. If your opponent's saying he has a strong hand, don't try to bluff him. Um, um, don't bluff if you have atrocious blockers. Like, you don't want to be bluffing the ace of spades when the opponent folds a lot of flush draws with the ace of spades. Um, and also look to not bluff when your opponent has to make a lot of tough folds with his range. So what I mean by that is if your opponent has to fold a lot of like 2 pair and trips to your bluff, it's probably like gonna be a tough bluff. Um, you want to like run bluffs where opponents have to make tough calls, not tough folds. It's like this, like, do I call this with no spade? Probably not. Dickhead, do you ever play on GG? Seems like they have more high stakes games, but the rate is atrocious. Yes, I do play there. I've deliberately like kept my like usernames for my higher volume sites kind of out of the picture. Maybe that would change in the future, but yeah, like when you're in like the higher stakes and the player pool is relatively small, like the last thing you want is people picking apart your content for info. Um, yeah, like a super low number. 0 says, why is Ignition ass? Ignition is ass because they basically make no effort to police cheating in their games, and so there's a lot of people cheating. I see, so most people are... Oh, Riffx 500, nice. Like 500, most people are kind of playing 200 live, 50 and now online. Grass counter started a month ago, feel super lost. Yeah, you're going to feel that way for a long time. Um, don't get discouraged, there is a lot to learn. Poker is a hard game. Nobody just learns and just knows what to do. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. ML 1990. Live 1025 Pro in Texas. I hear the like the higher stakes scene in Texas these days is mostly semi-private. Is that the case? ML 1990 6353. Oh, fuck, you're right. Like, yeah, those I guess would be the case. Hmm. Okay, in that case, I probably should have given up my hand, but whatever. Yeah, I always forget about the like the junky shit offsuit region. Um, 635. Yeah, you know what? 6-3 and 5-3. Yeah, that would actually do it. That would actually do it. So in which case, probably overdid it. Um, going with 10-9, but I don't think 10-9 is gonna be like bad by any means. It's not like the Nine of spades is like particularly relevant. 5-4 blocking two pair. I feel like I feel like I feel like pair is too strong to raise on the flop heads up. I'm definitely not raising 5-4 and 6-4 on the flop, but I probably would be raising 5-6 and 5-3. Um, um, uh, hold on, just to reply to a text. Yeah, I think okay. Yeah, I think now that I think about it, 5-3 and 6-3 are probably fine. Um, yeah, but I don't think 5-4 and 6-4 are going for it. Whatever, it's fine. Someone else is here. We're not playing heads up anymore. Fuck that. Yeah. Much more used to to 6 max play. Here versus the double barrel. I don't think we can fold just yet. So, going to go for the call. On this run out, expect to see a lot of jams. Just given that villain will have the ace king advantage. He checks. I think our hand is too strong to bluff. So just gonna check it back. Cooks, McCooks. I once check raised bluff the turn when a flush came in and followed through with another check raised bluff on the river. Yeah, like don't try to make people fold sets. Like if you're like but yeah, like it's just generally just not looking to try to get people to fold sets. Like if you're trying to get people to fold sets, it's probably not a great strategy. Here calling a little bit of ace high versus a small bet, I don't mind it at all. Like if you're always folding an ace high hand here, you're gonna be overfolding. Just checking this one back and hoping to win against queen high, jack high. Interesting stab by him. Ah, great, we're back to heads up. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Aren't most aren't most like private games and home games very restrictive about letting pros in? Like I feel like you'd have to like uh here it's like a pretty shit board, but once it goes like check 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 check, like a pair is just too strong. Um yeah, don't like most of those games like really try to keep pros out. I wouldn't know, like I've never made a big push to get into the private game scene. Although like I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to realize that maybe neglecting that area has been a mistake. But yeah, yeah, like maybe it's one of those things. As far as raising the pair goes, now that you've said it, um, it's I feel like it's just one of those things where just like a pair is so strong heads up. Like a pair is just so strong heads up. So I don't know. Yeah, like I'm not gonna pretend like I've done an exceptional amount of heads up study. Okay. Clanty is super pro. Versus 4-bet here, ace jack off does have to be a call. I'm pretty sure heads up. Oh, sweet. But yeah, like I'm generally hesitant to just slap the super pro label on people. Um, not because I think I'm better than them, not because I think I'm better, but more because I just like there's just not that much edge regs can like get over each other. It's just like poker zero sum like here I'm just playing call only. Monotone boards I think generally very very call only. Like if we start raising, the issue is like we don't really have any bluffs. And yeah, this is kind of just like a nut low turn, but we'll see what happens. Um, kind of like sad calling turn, and then we'll probably fold river, I think. Mm, that's a shit run out. He doesn't jam that? Wow. Okay. Um, yeah, like what I'm trying to say is that okay, so two things. So the ace jack hand, you might be like, oh, why are you calling? Like, what if a spade peels off? Like, what are you gonna do? Um, sure, but the thing is, like, think about what his spade holdings are gonna do when you raise. If you raise the flop, are his spade holdings ever gonna fold? Like, does he ever have a spade holding that he folds? Like, not really. So all his spade foldings like just see the turn river anyways. So you're not actually really denying any equity from them. And to make it worse, like if you jam, like it's not a spot where you have any bluffs. Like where, like what do you really bluff there? It's kind of hard to find a bluff. At least that's how I would approach the spot six max. Maybe heads up when ranges get wider, it becomes a little different. I am acknowledging that possibility. But as far as Clanty being a super pro, I generally just like don't put too much weight into like, oh, this guy's a super pro, this guy's like this guy's that. Like, and it's not because I think I'm better than them. It's just more I just understand that poker zero sum, and it's like really hard for one reg to have for one like decent player to have another substantial edge over another decent player. Um, like the difference between like Linus Love and like your like average 510 online reg is maybe like five big blinds max. Five big blinds per 100 max. Like, and that's a huge difference. Like, that's a big difference. But like, it's not like Linus is going to be taking like a buy-in off the guy every other hand. Um, Edges just like aren't really that big in poker. I'm gonna bluff raise this some of the time. I'm gonna bluff raise this 20% of the time. Okay, we don't get it. Yeah, so like I don't put too much weight into like this guy's good, this guy's like better than me. Like this guy, that guy, like it like I realize that people might interpret it as me thinking I'm better, but the truth is, like, I'm not really thinking about that at all. I'm more just understanding that, like, hey, like whether I'm better than him or he's better than me, like like that's not where the money is made. Um, and it's really just not going to make that big of a difference either way. Like, I wouldn't be playing this DOJSS guy if it were for the stream. Double barrel here with flush draw most of the time. Fuck, what happened here? I was replying to a message. Okay, check all here. Check, check. I guess I'll just check again. Yeah, this is just a this is just a call. King High here, calling again. I think King High is strong enough to call here with the flush draw. Sometimes we'll be up against just like 10 high, 9 high, etc. Okay, cool. I'm just going to really check this one again. Once it goes check, 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 just probably gonna bluff this. Get a low number, so I'll bluff for a block size. And he leans more towards playing heads up. Yeah, that he definitely would have an edge over me heads up. With the lower flush, just gonna call, look to raise rivers. Not always raising not always raising every flush, especially in position. Just nice to have some. Um, yeah, I mean, what worse hand? Fuck, man. Like, okay, if I jam, what worse hand calls me? Ace nine, but ace nine wouldn't call because he can't have like ace nine with a single heart. He would just fold that. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. I have a flush. I can't like I'm not like just like I'm not gonna fucking just like did it out and just like call a flush. Like I just like don't really know what calls me. Like you have to call me with like ace 10 off with a heart, I guess. But it's also just like really hard for him to have me beat because like I block the set and it might be one of those spots where like you're always good but you never get called by worse. So it's not a thing to raise. It could be one of those spots. Could be one of those spots. Gonna block bet with this 8, try to get paid. Same deal, ace jack will just be raising. Probably will look to maybe cut it short a bit. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. Ah, this one of those things. Do we like? Fuck, I have no clue what to do with deuces here. Just flick it in because we have a pair, but I'm not thrilled about it. Ah, go on these standing desks. Let me see if you guys can still see my face if I sit down. Definitely have to bluff this after it goes. Actually, we're gonna check. Probably a little bit too strong to bluff right now. Okay, excellent. Yeah, three betting this. Um, this should be a pretty good candidate to start small. Okay, interesting. Mostly betting, checking sometimes, but high number, so betting this. And yeah, bluffs will just be ace X, king X, etc. Just like random ace X will be fine. Like not too picky about your bluffs in a spot where you just have so much value. Three betting the ace nine or the 8-9 suited. Is 7 minutes too long of a delay for streaming? Okay, so we roll a low number. I'm actually going to check this back this time. Um, been trying to play more of a check back range, make our strategy a little bit more sophisticated. Okay, I don't know what to make of this, but um, small bet, but just gonna raise. Raise with the straight, keep it simple. Okay. Max 279. How many 510 regs? Someone was saying certain pools have like less than 15. Yeah, basically when you get to higher stakes, the reg pool gets very, very narrow. Extremely, extremely narrow. So if you're playing like 10-20 or above in a lot of pools, you're just like competing with less than 5 regs. Um, yeah, there are very, very few people who are good enough at poker and also stupid enough to try to make a living out of it. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this, I would not be opposed to doing it more regularly. Shit, I was. Ah, shit, I got timed out here. Motherfucker. Yes, if you guys enjoy this, I would not be opposed to doing it a little bit more regularly. Maybe like once a week or something. But we'll be definitely streaming the coin poker games at least once a week. Do I need to call deuce here? Probably not. Ugh. you guys have any suggestions as well for what I can do to make the stream more engaging, please comment. I suppose one thing I could do is just like play a lot more tables and like cycle them in as shit happens. Um, that would probably be more engaging for you guys. Yeah, like 2 regular tables is very slow. Unfortunately, it's usually just there's just not much going on. Um, Spots like these, I just have no idea what to do heads up. Um, or it just seems like folding is too weak, but also calling is too weak. And of course, anything with a heart becomes a slam dunk call. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it just feels like one of those spots where you're kind of losing and getting shat on no matter what you do. It's a tricky spot. Tricky, tricky. Please let there be another table. Oh shit. Also, I just turned the sound of the stream on and listened to myself cough into the mic. I'm so sorry for all of your guys' ears. I will try to mute it before coughing. Um, Interesting. Bet big, face the raise. I'll let this one go and look to call with. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he's just repping a queen there, basically. Queen or a bluff. Okay, I will make an effort to not cough into the mic to spare your guys' ears. What's the reason why people should play regular tables versus fast fold, by the way? Um, yeah, just play regular tables. You can table select, you can get reads on your opponents. Um, and also, as far as I can tell, like most fast fold pools are pretty dead these days. I guess if you're on GG, there's the Russian cash pool. But yeah, just Okay, I probably am going to play for another 5 minutes and then call it. I would say this has been a successful test stream. Tomorrow, noon Eastern time, is where things will happen. Checking the ace, hoping it checks down. Yeah, okay, I'm probably gonna sit out next. Uh, Big blind on the left here, and one more hand on the right. This one on the ace, king 7-5. I'm actually gonna go for the raise with this. Just kind of like an out of the way hand. We can rep an ace with the size. Any ace would be good enough to raise for value here. Let's put him into a tough spot with an ace. Calls with a king, which is fair, and I think here, not really sure what to make of half pot, but okay, two pair is fair. Okay, I'm going to stop the stream and sit out. Thanks guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys tomorrow.